Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. And let's just say the boys are back in town.
She got away. Know what I say? She can't control. She don't know what to do.
She's gotta go. Bye. I know that you love this flow. We just chillin', we just villains. We just chillin', we some villains.
I love it up, get the ammo and I stick it up. I grab shots on the top of shots. I bust the clip and I let it dip. I make it poop, make it explode. Touch your toes, hit your nose. Can you touch your toes?
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. I am your host, Brian Barnaby, and I am joined by exclusive executive producer, Maine Magic Mike. What's up, man?
Barnes, episode 140, and there's no other way I'd like to reel it in than a two-man show. We were talking about it before. We've never had a bad two-man show, even when our energy was trash that 1 week.
Right.
We came
I almost
in here,
fell asleep on air.
Yep, both of us did together. We still pulled through, and we still look back, and we were like, dude, that was one of our best shows.
Yeah, I mean, we're just coming at you real, not hot take machines, just the real facts, and that's what we've always done, and that's what we always continue to do. And we will start in the world of Major League Baseball.
Giving chase at Judge, and he dives into the stand.
DeGrom begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! 3-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
All right, so it was a good weekend for my New York Yankees, your New York Yankees. Let's go, including Thursday, 3 out of 4 from the Seattle Mariners. We'll start Friday, and that was probably the most exciting game of the weekend. They all were exciting, all close, but a 3-2 Yankee win, final in 11 innings. So we played some extra innings here, bonus cantos, as they call it. And the hero out of, to my surprise, so all Yankee fans' surprise, to Maine Magic Mike's surprise, Brett Gardner with a walk-off single, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Everybody's expecting him to strike out.
Oh, yeah.
He just puts one right up the middle, is the hero. First walk-off hit, I believe, since 2017. So it had been
for the team?
4 years. For Gardner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it had been a while. I mean, how shocked were you just watching that live?
I mean, like you said, you're expecting him to strike out, and I just have you in my head the whole time. Why is he? What's their obsession with him? Why is he even here? And, he dings one up the middle, and it's like they won the World Series.
And the thing is, too, didn't start the game, came in as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. And I guess was there for a reason. And it just talk about just piecing together a win. They gave Wandy the Peralta the start. We had been over this on Twitter, how it just basically, just not a Wandy Peralta guy. And then on top of it, he's reliever, not a starter. So didn't really think that was going to work out. He did his job, inning in 2/3, 2 hits, 2 Ks. And then he was joined by Steven Riddings, Joel Rodriguez, Clay Holmes, Lucas Lidke, Jonathan Loaizaga, Zach Britton, Chad Green, and Albert Abreu. So we get 9 pitchers combining for 11 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. So talk about piecing together a game, piecing together a victory in a game 2 where your offense, really didn't have it. Stanton did actually come up big for once, 2 for 4 with a game-tying single in the 10th. But overall, 6 for 36, 27 left on base. I feel like I'm talking about the New York Mets.
It sounds like it.
2 for 15 runners in scoring position. But I guess at the end of the day, even if it's not pretty, you grind it out, you get the W. That is what matters. That's what's important. And speaking of grinding out, getting the W, that's what they did on Saturday. So we had a 5-4 Yankee win on Saturday. And to my dismay, Andrew Heaney did get the start, and of course, he lets up 4 runs within the first 2 innings, settles down to give him 6, which they needed after, draining the bullpen the night before. And he actually ends up getting the win in this one, even though, 6 innings, 4 earned, 9 Ks, but just with the earned runs, I mean, that's a 6 ERA, not, what you're really looking for. But at the end of the day, they get the job done. And Jonathan Loaizaga actually gets the save, his 4th of the season, because, of course, whether it's injury, COVID, it just keeps on coming. Chapman placed on the IL before the game, elbow soreness. And according to manager Aaron Boone, they're saying they're expecting it to be a short, 10-day minimum stint. But the thing is with Boone, we've seen it before and we'll see it again. He's not always the most honest guy. But I feel both ways about this because it seemed like Chapman of recent had kind of turned the corner. I mean, on Thursday, he did make us sweat it out. But that being said, of recent, he had pitched well after having those performances where he was just imploding. So I don't know if this is good or bad. Obviously, if the elbow is a problem, you got to get rest. But it just seems like with the Yankees, with COVID, with injuries, when it rains, it pours.
Every time, all season.
But somehow they just find a way to get through it. So you look at the rest of this game. Judge, a big home run, 2 for 4, his 23rd homer. Stanton, another 2 hits. DJ, 2 for 5, and this clinched their 8th series win in the last 9. The only, mishap there was the Boston series, which, we had been over that they should have taken 3 out of 4. So good feels all around there. And, the offense still left some to be desired. 11 for 35, 9 Ks, 14 left on base, 2 for 8 runners in scoring position, but just enough and really clutch pitching to get them through. So they get the win on Saturday. And then we have yesterday, and at the end of the day, disappointing result, 2-0 Mariners. That being said, I mean, I think a star is brewing in New York. 23-year-old Luis Gil with another shutout performance, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 8 Ks, 11 scoreless innings to start his career. First Yankee pitcher to not give up a run in his first 2 starts since 1907. So talk about setting the tone, for a team that's always needed pitching over the years, someone to work with. I mean, that's what you want. And because of these COVID rules, he actually was immediately sent back down after the game, but that's just kind of a paperwork thing. I guess they're saying, he'll be back up to make his next start. And I don't see how you could take this guy out of the rotation the rest of the year. And, speaking of when it rains, it pours. Before the game, they announced Anthony Rizzo test positive for COVID, which is just a terrible loss. A guy we just acquired, had been paying dividends early. Hopefully it's the minimum, 7 or 10 day stint, whatever it is. And they were fortunate, our starting first baseman at the beginning of the year, last year's home run leader, Luke Voigt, they did activate him. So he's, kind of a regular starter. So at least you have him, but didn't get the job done yesterday. 0 for 4, 2 Ks. Really the only guy at the plate yesterday that produced was Gleyber Torres, which is nice to see. He did have 3 hits, but as a team, 6 for 33, 12 Ks, 21 left on base, 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Once again, at the plate, looking like Tony's New York Mets. So tough to see, but I guess, just as a positive thing, it's nice, that you have Voigt right there ready to fill in while Rizzo's down. That's as good as you can get for a fill-in guy. It's a shame, you had 1 5 in a row, so it does snap that. But like I said, 3 out of 4, you're going to take that every time. And some news on Luis Severino, 4 scoreless innings in a rehab start yesterday, part of actually a combined no-hitter for the Yankees minor league affiliate. So it looks like a return for him is imminent. And this is a guy, who 2 years ago won 19 games. So his return would be welcomed, as well as Corey Kluber, a little ways down the road. And tonight they keep it going. No off days yet, until they have that Field of Dreams game later in the week. I believe that's on Thursday in Iowa against the White Sox. But for now, 3 games in Kansas City, 8-10 tonight, Jamison Tyone versus Hernandez on the Royals. And Tyone, I mean, he won American League Pitcher of the Month last month. 1.11 ERA his last 4 starts, 2 runs or less his last 7. I mean, unbelievable how this guy has really flipped the script, turned it around. And the Royals are a team, that come in here overall have not had a good season, but have won some games of late. Anytime you're on the road, it's not like it's a given, but I mean, you look at them, 48-62 on the season. So that's 14 games under 500, 4-6 in their last 10, but I think they probably had a 7-3 stretch before that. So you never know what you're going to get. And on the road, I mean, no matter who the opponent is, I mean, you got to just be thinking 2 out of 3. If you can get the sweep, great. But I look at this game tonight, and I don't know what your thoughts are, Michael, but I just feel like Tyone, your hottest pitcher, I mean, there's no reason that you don't win this one handily.
Yeah, I think they win it, to be honest. But I have a question. Did you see on Twitter, is Michael King's mom liking one of the tweets?
Our tweets?
Yeah. Did you see that?
No, I really didn't see it.
I'll pull it up real quick. But yeah, I think they're going to dominate. I just think, dude, World Series bound. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
And do you think it's like a blessing in a disguise in a sense where you have all these injuries, you have all these COVID positives, but yet you just find a way to win, and it makes the guys that play their roles better at, because they're counted on more in these situations.
100%. 100%.
If you had to give it, what's the final score tonight?
8-2.
Who's going Yahtzee?
Yardy.
Just Gardner.
No, Yardy, and I'll give Judge a homer.
Yeah, I like that. No, for me, I'm going to say Judge a homer. No Yardy. I think he's got to settle down on that. I think Voit wants to prove that they need to put him at DH, and he needs to play when Rizzo comes back. So I'm going to say Voit hits a homer. And Glaber's due for a homer. I mean, what does he have? 6 home runs? I mean, that's just a disgrace. So let's go Glaber. Let's go Judge. Let's go Voit, and let's go 9-2, and get the offense going. I mean, you really didn't score too many in the Seattle series. Of course, it's just about winning, but you really want to see them set the tone, as far as offense is concerned. And you look at the pitcher on the other side here, for the Royals, his ERA this season is 4.58. So I mean, that's a guy, 4.58. I mean, he's getting knocked around a little bit. Carlos Hernandez, 24 years old. Only has 21 starts in the major leagues. ERA is 4.67. So I just think no excuse not to get it done tonight, and keep the good times rolling. The Red Sox. Michelle King. Which tweet was this?
This is the Michael King, where are ya? Tweet by Brian Barnaby, and she liked it. J Mom King 7.
How many followers?
128.
Does it say anything like on her?
Retired Director of Communications, Bishop Hendricken High School. The photo of her is her and her husband. The banner photo at the top is Michael King and the.
So it's 100%.
I don't know. And I love you. 52521. She retweets, "Happy birthday to our king" on Michael King's birthday.
I mean, if not, it's like a relative. So I think it's the mother, though. Honestly,
I mean, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. And honestly, it might set up to bring him in, have Tony talk turkey with him.
Wow. I mean, that's his favorite player. So
yeah. But just nice to see our reach there. When it comes to him. And hey, I've said it before. I have no problem with Michael King. I just want him in the bullpen. I just think he plays. I want him what he does best, and what he does best is not being a starting pitcher, to the dismay of Nestor Stash on Twitter, who is constantly saying, what a better pitcher he is than Devi Garcia, which just is insane. But what else can I really say? And one other thing, before we get to the disaster in Flushing, Tony just doesn't want to let it go. He keeps saying that the Red Sox are good. Good. It's like they're 2-8 in their last 10.
Yeah. The ship's sinking, dude. I mean, what's funny? Last night we were hanging. We had shoots and blah blah. And I was talking to him like, dude, team of destiny. You believe in destiny, and all of a sudden now he doesn't believe in destiny. Of course, but dude, it's just you see what's going on. The Mets had a 10-game advantage over the whole NL East. Now they're in third after the weekend. I mean, DeGrom's not coming back anytime soon, and even if he does, they can't hit.
Yeah, no, it's one of these things. Tony doesn't like to acknowledge things at times, and it's just like clearly he's tight. I mean,
definitely.
Like the bottom's falling out.
Right from underneath. The ship is sinking, boys.
I mean, everything that your foundation, what was supposed to be right, Lindor, setting the tone. He's been a disaster. DeGrom was great. He was a first half storyline, but it's like, where are you? Like, he's not even going to get on the mound again. And I honestly think, we'll talk about what happened this weekend, but I think, their manager, Rojas, might be coaching for his job. Because this is just clearly something's gone wrong here, and it's not just injuries because Yankees have had just as many injuries and they've had an opposite result. But we will start with just an overall recap here. So the Mets, big important series in Philadelphia. Tony thought they were going to sweep them. They get swept. And we'll start on Friday, 4-2 Phillies. Stroman, another ho-hum performance. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. No decision. Villar, sure, he homered, but Baez 1 for 4 with a single. 176 batting average since joining the team. So there's another addition.
But dude, Barnes, when Lindor comes back, he's gonna be motivated and excited and happy to play again because he's not a professional baseball player, I guess.
You know what that reminds me of? That's like saying when the guys come back and Gardner could be a bench player, that he's gonna start hitting 400. That's basically the same thing.
No, dude, come on, it's his friend. He's gonna play better.
Yeah, definitely. And then his friends, the rest of the team, 5 for 33, 20 left on base. I mean, it's just, talk
every
about
game. I feel like you add more and more.
Oh yeah, it's like setting records.
Yeah,
it is completely insane. And then we look at Saturday. And it was funny. I was chirping in the group chat to Tony because I was like, "Where's the Mets offense?" I think it was 5-0 heading into the 9th. They hit 3 home runs in the 9th inning, but they still lose 5-3 because he's like, "Here we are." He was getting excited. I don't know if you were with him or not.
He definitely jinxed it. No, I wasn't.
But I'm sure he's like, "Oh, we're coming back. We're coming back."
Yeah.
But they don't.
No.
And our guy Tyler McGill, hate to see it. 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Doesn't get it done. Conforto does homer, so he does wake up a little bit. Another one for Villar. McCann homers, but, I think it's a little easier to hit a home run when you're down 5-0 in the 9th.
Yeah.
It's like you're not expecting to win. So you're kind of just going up there hoping for the best. And unfortunately, they don't get that. And then on Sunday, talk about icing on the cake, sticking it right to your face. Zach Wheeler, the former Met, complete game shutout, 11 Ks. And Tawan Walker has his best outing he's had in a month, but he still got the loss. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 1 K. Nimmo goes 2 for 4. But those were the only 2 hits by your New York Mets. Rest of the team, 0 for 25.
Jeez.
11 Ks, 7 left on base, and now they're 2.5 back in the division. Tony's not here to answer this question, Michael, but it's like, what happened this weekend?
It's just the Mets.
Meet the Mets.
Yeah, dude.
It's so funny because every time, it's not just Tony. Anybody I know that's a Mets fan, I talk about this, and I just always talk about, I'm sorry they could get off to a hot start, but they're going to blow it. We've just seen it time and time again, and it's just
crazy. Isn't it crazy though? There must be something.
This is reminiscent of what would happen to the Red Sox, but the only difference is the Red Sox would make the playoffs.
I know
it's hard enough for the Mets just to get there, and I think that's just the toughest, most frustrating thing. And it's not like they don't have talent; they have an owner now who's willing to spend money, and it doesn't matter. It's the same result. Yeah. You think the manager could be on the outs, Rojas, or no?
I don't know. No, I think was this the first year?
Second.
Had
the COVID year last year, obviously still going through some of that stuff this year, but it hasn't really been COVID, really. It's been injuries, but then even so, I feel like the players just aren't responding. Where's the sense of urgency? You have an important series with your division rival. You're barely leading them in the division. You score 5 runs in 3 games, and then your former pitcher, you let him throw a complete game shutout. You can't put together 1 run.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What do you think's going through Tony's head right now, honestly?
I think Tony is gonna come in here and he's gonna paint this bright picture of how things are gonna turn around and da-di-da-di-da, but he knows deep down that it's over.
Yeah, no, it's sad. And I wouldn't be surprised they end up finishing under 500, which is crazy to think after leading the division for 2.5-3 months straight, every day. But you knew it was coming because they just haven't played well in a long time, and a lot of guys are underperforming. Lindor's not even on the field. DeGrom's not on the field. Conforto has been a complete disaster. And his guy, the polar bear, he's had a decent year, but he's not going above above and beyond and putting the team on his back. And I think that's where he misses the ball. Sure, you look at the numbers at the end of the year, they're going to be respectable, but it's not going to be what he was made to be a couple years ago after bursting on the scene with 53 home runs.
Yeah. He's definitely been declining.
So they get a well-deserved day off today, which is just funny because it just seems like we're always talking about Met off days this season. And then you get a 3-game home series against the Washington Nationals.
Just retooled. Ready to go.
I mean, is another sweep.
Do you know who's next after them? I think it's the Nationals and some other good team.
Let's see what we got for Friday. So on Friday, the New York Mets are playing the
Dodgers, dude.
Oh, I wish Tony was here.
They might get
double swept.
Triple swept.
And do you think if that happens, they'll let Rojas go?
I mean, you got to. I mean, that's crazy. You're leading for 3 months, and then you get triple swept, and now you're like 6th in division.
I think bring back the old hitting coach, honestly.
Dude, what? That is what happened. That's the bad juju.
I mean, you plan a certain strategy all off season. You're having it, and then just out of nowhere, you change the approach. I mean, I think that really set the tone, and that's why we've seen such an uneven performance from them.
What do you think Tony's going to be like when he comes in here tomorrow?
Oh, miserable. He's going to be starving.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's going to be on his 3rd coffee. He's just trying to just get through this.
Yeah.
And
how do you think he feels though?
I think it's one of those things. So deep down,
yeah,
he knows it's over, but he will never say that to us. He's going to say, oh, it's a tough stretch. We're going through it right now, but the guys are going to get it together. We're the best team in the division. Baez is going to heat up when Lindor comes back. DeGrom's season isn't over. I think we're going to hear those type of things, but obviously to our viewing audience out there, we're going to have to see what happens tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Switching gears here, we got some NBA Summer League, going on. I mean, what do you got, Michael?
I mean, I've been super impressed so far. It's very early, but Jalen Green looks great. Looks like a pro already. Hooper. Josh Christopher looks great as well. My guy Bol, I mean, he's just putting on highlights.
Right.
Anytime he comes in the game, it's highlight after highlight. I mean, I don't know what the deal is. Like, can we get him out of there? Imagine if him and Markkanen were on the Spurs.
It'd be insane. But there's something there with him. Is he what is the hesitation to play him, 35 minutes? Is it?
Dude, I think it's because they just look at this 21 points in his first summer league game 12 hours ago. Would you mind if we just watch some highlights real quick?
But I mean,
maybe it's because they're so stacked though. Maybe it's because they're just such a deep team and they don't feel like they want to just develop him, and then have him just be ready. But
at the same time, I'm sure there's been some trade interest, and I feel like it's like what they're going to get for him, they don't feel like is worth it. So they'd rather just keep him, and even though they're not going to play him that much.
Yeah, you could be right. Let's check it out.
Nice, strong move off the glass, a little too hard, but the deflection right back. Bobo gets it, and a second shot attempt is up. That one is good by Caleb Otten. And they have numbers on the break. Once again, Smart does not pull up, even though he had the space. He decides to take it to the hole over Bobo, but Bobo uses that length to get a hand on it.
But this is one of those plays where
I just love how he is athletic, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and honestly, dude, I
watch this behind the back.
Option for them.
He's dribbling the ball, dude. Look at this. Hezzy,
he's got that comfort level
floater, and one.
Inside and out on both ends of the floor, so he can go out there and use his skill set without overthinking it.
Yeah.
How they want to utilize him this summer here at Summer League is they're going to give him a Nikola Jokic type of role where when he's playing the 5, a lot of the offense is going to run.
They're gonna play him
a lot. They're gonna play him this year.
His minutes are gonna more than double.
Yeah, and one. Look at that post game, dude. Like Zion doesn't have that. These guys don't have that kind of game, dude, at all.
Michael Porter, who's 6'10". Everyone else is
Watch this. Here we go.
So
Behind the bag again. Dump it off. Right back to him. Give me a reverse dunk.
Finishing with the reverse. Bobo behind the back, then behind the head.
It's just like, I don't know if we've seen, like, Porzingis wasn't even like this, you know?
He's not as spry like
yeah.
this.
Yeah, dude.
On the reverse.
I just want to see if they have, yeah, that's pretty much it.
But no, and I think it's one of these things too. So I think the reason why he fell in the draft, the injury concerns.
Tony, I will be hungry tomorrow.
Boy.
Please no coffee, though. Already have high blood pressure. Sup, boys. Bowl's games looks like mine.
Do you think the only thing he said there that was correct was that his post game looks like Bowl's or no? Or you don't even want to give him that?
I mean, I would give him the sup, boys, and that he has high blood pressure.
But I mean, he'll be hungry. Come on, who are we kidding? So really,
that
the
too.
Bowl was just a stretch.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, dude, you're so right. He's gonna more than double in minutes, and I think be, something. Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, no,
most improved.
It'll be most improved. But like
improved.
I was saying, I think he just slid in the draft because of the injury concern. His season was cut short at Oregon the 1 year he was there. So I think that's why. And I do think, like I said, teams around the league realize that he's good, and they probably have tried to trade for him, but they also don't want to give him a ton just because there's a little uncertainty. I mean, we haven't seen him in an expanded role, but what it reminds me of, and he played a little more than Bowl last year, but like what Taylor Horton Tucker this year is going to play 25 to 30 minutes. I think it's going to be the same thing for Bowl. And what they said, putting him in Jokic's role, I think that's the way to go. Have him spell Jokic all the time. I mean, he's going to and then the following season, he's going to be a starter.
No, dude, easily.
Whether it's for the Nuggets or someone else.
Yeah, and if it is with the Nuggets, imagine him and Jokic together.
I mean, I think they have to do it.
They have to.
Yeah.
Jokic could.
Is it too much size?
No.
Porter, him, and Jokic?
No, because dude, they could all stretch the floor.
Yeah.
No one, the paint won't be clogged, but it will be on defense.
Yeah.
No one's scoring on them.
I think.
He's gonna be Jokic will be the lower presence defender, and Bowl will come over the top every time.
Yeah.
Just like I do to Tony when he drives the lane.
Now, what are your thoughts on some of the Knicks guys here?
Obi and IQ look confident. They look like vets, dude, out there already. Honestly, their demeanor, their presence, that whole team looks like it's just they haven't stopped since the end of the season.
Playing currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen
anything.
Let me see. See if there's highlights even. He was Summer League MVP his rookie year. Oh. Oh, that's 3 years ago. 3 days ago.
Boy. So I guess he's getting packaged for somebody.
Get out of here, Tony.
Tony's tight.
But yeah, and then the Ball brother, LiAngelo. Are you impressed?
Do you think he's gonna steal anything and go back to China? Just saying.
That was so dumb.
So dumb. A lot of things with the Ball family,
but
it's been dumb. I mean, but Lonzo's good.
Lonzo took care of, I think, the family at the end. Like, because I know he disassociated himself from the father. Now he's back in their lives, but not in that kind of role.
Yeah. So you think he told him to sit down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because some of the stuff was effective. Other of it was a train wreck.
Yes. And dude, honestly, that's why, I would say LiAngelo probably felt like I could do whatever I want in a communist country.
Because I think the thing, it set him back.
Kyle Kuzma MVP next year.
Part of that Washington Big Three.
Yeah, Jello,
and
China.
I think the thing with that was, though, it set him back just because right now I think he would already have been a rotational player in the league. He would have been drafted.
He's a great shooter.
And there wouldn't have been hesitation to sign him. But it was because, he doesn't even play in college. He gets in trouble like that. The father, we know about what he's all about. So I think there was just a lot of uncertainty how he's going to produce. I mean, I think the Pistons waived him in training camp last year. So I think it's just, now it's going to take a couple of years, but I think he could at least get to a level where he's a top rotation guy off the bench. Starter might be a stretch, but I mean, the DNA is there. We've seen what the brothers have been able to do.
Dude, they have a big man that threw down a dunk. I forgot his name. It's ridiculous. The ups this guy has. Plus with Bridges. I forgot his name though. I'll get it.
Yeah,
for the closeout.
So I think Hornets will be will be good.
Yeah.
Next year. A lot. Have you heard anything about? I mean, I'm guessing he'll be a full go for training camp. LaMelo from that broken wrist, right? Or he came back late in the season actually.
Yeah,
so
he'll be fine.
He's fine.
Yeah.
But I think they might be a team that could surprise. Just trying to think back here. Last year, they made the play-in tournament, right? And they lost to the Wizards?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to, not this year. I think that, look how young they are, first of all.
But I think, I think they're going to be.
Tell me if you're impressed by this dunk, though.
Okay.
Kai Jones, rookie.
Yeah, that's a walk-in bucket. 6 for 7.
Is that a walk-in bucket?
Kai Jones?
Yeah.
I think with him and Bridges and LaMelo,
no,
you'll see the new Lob City.
No, and they'll be back in the play-in tournament, and maybe they'll win it this time.
Maybe.
But I wish they didn't bring it back. But of course,
they
did.
Money.
So that being said, we got one other topic here: the world of golf. We had our last, World Golf Championship event this year, and like we've seen in a lot of these tournaments of recent, we went to a 3-man playoff. Actually, in the end, Abraham Ancer, wins in a 3-man playoff, his first career tour victory. And he did it so they did 2 holes, and he was against Matsuyama and Sam Burns. They all parred number 18, in the playoff format. So I guess technically the 19th. And then they played 18 again, answer birdies. Matsuyama and Burns only get pars. So that's how he gets his first victory. And then, when we just peruse the leaderboard here for guys, that we had picked, Tony had DJ, 11 under par, finished 10th. You had Phil Mickelson, 17th, 7 under par. So respectable performance out of those guys. And I had picked Colin, I did pick Colin Morikawa, and he finished, what the heck? Okay, 5 under par, tied 26. These golf tournaments, I mean, it's hard to pick winners. So that actually is the last big event, for the regular season here. So when we
know Tony,
still love DJ. No, I mean, Tony, it was a good performance. I mean, nobody.
Where's Lee Westwood?
Lee Westwood, I think, was buried on the list there.
How about Phil? What happened to Philip?
Phil was tied 17th, so 7 under par.
Not bad.
Yeah, we'll take that. And just looking ahead here, we do have the last regular season event, the Wyndham Championship. That'll be this Thursday, Sedgefield Country Club, Greensboro, North Carolina. So that's kind of the last tournament to earn FedEx points for playoff positioning. So guys on the outside trying to get in, because next week at the Northern Trust, top 120 get into that event. So you got to make sure points wise that you're in there. And then we'll have the Northern Trust in nearby Jersey City on August 19th to the 22nd, the BMW Championship August 26th to the 29th, and the season ender September 2nd to the 5th, the Tour Championship from Eastlake Golf Club, $10 million prize. We did already talk about the Olympics because we didn't want to talk about it, Tony. So
I was going to actually bring up one thing.
The gold medal.
Stop it. Just one thing. Legends. And I'm only doing it because we're a sports show and the Olympics did just end, but 2 UConn legends, 5 gold medals, 10 between the two. I mean, are they not the greatest women basketball players ever?
I didn't even realize Sue Bird was still active.
Dude, she's still hooping.
But is she still playing WNBA?
Yeah.
Wow.
She kills it.
38. Diana T, though, I mean, growing up.
No one better.
No one better. So, yeah, congrats to them. Congrats to the men's team winning the gold again. 40 years old and still kicking. So, is this Olympics over?
Yeah, it's done, dude.
Thank God.
You know what's funny, bro? I was going to tell you. You are more alike with Dave Rothenberg than you think. And I think we have to have you two meet. I think you're the Jets, Dave Rothenberg.
Yep.
Yankee Dave Rothenberg.
Yep.
Because he, like you, is passionate about his teams. Very realistic about his teams.
Right.
And will give credit to other teams when it's due.
Right.
And he also, too, hates the Olympics. He said, you give me you want to talk baseball? I'll talk baseball all day with you. He's like, the Olympics? I haven't watched more than 8 minutes of it.
And I haven't even watched that.
I think that's just a...
The point being, of course, that all makes sense. And I used to listen to his show when it was on a different time slot before he was with Canty and DiPietro.
I tweeted. Make sure you check it out.
Okay.
They're on right now. They're going to be on at 2 now to 6.
Oh, they changed the time slot?
They're taking over Michael K's slot right now while they're on vacation for the week. So
then they're going back. So they're just going in for the K show.
We should pump out. I tweeted already today. Can we make this happen? Tag them. Make sure you retweet. I tag Sportsport. And then also, we should tweet out, or comment in it and be like, at Michael K Show doesn't need 4 hours.
Yeah, and give him extra time before.
Yeah, like
we don't need Zuban. Like we don't need to hear him.
Carlin.
Send Greeny back to television. Okay.
No, Greeny's not bad. He's not bad.
I actually like Greeny.
Greeny's good on. I think he's even better on radio than TV.
He is. Little dry though at times.
On the what, radio?
Yeah.
He's got his producers though that are like younger and
Bubba, love it or shove it. I mean, we've been hearing the same jargon for 20 years.
Oh God!
I mean, I wish he would bring back Golick. Obviously, he's not. But I thought,
what happened with that?
I think Mike just kind of wanted the spotlight, and he didn't think Golick was bringing that much to the table. I guess, and he's bigger, not bigger, but better. Even though Golick did lose a lot of weight, but I don't even know. I don't even think he's doing anything right now.
No, dude. You know what's sad? He had Golick and Wingo.
Yep.
And then.
Botched.
Something happened with ESPN. I'm telling
Trey
you.
Wingo.
That was horrible. That was a horrible show. The only good part was the intro. But anyway, hold on. And then his son was on the show with them.
Mike Golick Jr.
Which is so dumb. And they're like the same person.
Right.
So then they dropped Golick. They literally made him retire, I think, because he did this whole retirement thing, and he could do NCAA football games.
And then he's done with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, you were at that all time? You were top notch, 7 a.m., dude. Mike and Mike in the morning.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the many, I guess you could say bad things that ESPN shove it has done. But I think first in Southern Connecticut, Fairfield County. Get the service down.
I know, it's bad.
You're losing viewership because you can't get on the air. I mean, that is pathetic. Get it together. And I think, honestly, Michael, unless you have anything else to add, I think we should leave it at that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm good with that.
But another amazing show. And of course, to our bloodline, like Tony would say, continue to keep liking, commenting, subscribing. We love our fans. Everyone enjoy their day. We'll see you tomorrow. Yankees get it done in Kansas City.
Peace.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.